Hey guys, Brenny here, and welcome to a hardcore Gimme Some More. I have just repaired our flooring here because we actually had a creeper blow up a few episodes ago and grief that area, I suppose. So I filled that back in, and this episode we're actually going to be working on our grand wall entrance kingdom thingy thing. And I've actually done some Google research of designs I'd like. I've got 2 reference pictures up on my other screen, which I just looked at. You probably heard the difference in audio quality. And it is becoming nighttime. I've got my little block palette here, as well as I have some blocks to... Actually, we should probably need them. I have some blocks to do the gravel and the ground, you know, like our pathway, that's what it's called. And I'm going to fill this pathway in, then I'm actually going to bust this wall down. Now, while I am slowly filling in this hole here, because that is something I can do and speak at the same time, the reason I am going to be actually busting down the wall is because I like the idea of it being what I like to call dynamic, which is where it doesn't really have a certain pattern, like it's 2, 3... and it just I made it have an angle that I liked, basically, in Paint, and then I brought that to the game. And I love that for a lot of things I've been doing, but I think for this wall, if I really want to make it look good, I'm not actually going to be able to do that, unless I have it on a bigger scale, where, for example, 5 block gaps are actually pretty good to get a bit of detail in, which we'll go sleep over here and I'll show you guys. Because I like 5 blocks because you can do something in the middle. For example, you can put a log in the middle, which is something I saw in one of the designs I liked. And let's say this one here was a 5 block design. I nearly said 5. We could do stuff like have this go up in the middle, and you can have so much extra design elements to it, and like, I don't know, have a pattern going up here and then have some blocks going on the inside. You know, things like that. I don't really know what I was going for there, but it was a rough example and I think it proved its point. And that's what we're going to be changing the wall to. I'm actually just going to do it a nice angle going across with a very set pattern. It will probably be like maybe 5 and then 7 and then 5 and then 7 and going across about the same angle. It might just end up here or even further up and then even further down here. Another thing I have been thinking about is making this area into a giant mountain, or at least appear to be a giant mountain, you know? So go and do this really steep looking mountain and it will actually cover off all of our builds, but not like disable our iron golem spawner, because obviously if you have blocks going above that, it ruins the logic to the village, which is when you make an iron golem spawner, you're actually making a fake village for the game, basically. It's a real village, but the way you've laid it out, you're manipulating a village. And yeah, I thought that would be a cool way to hide it. It would also really add to our kingdom to have a mountain there. An ocean will be over here, which I'm super duper pumped about digging up all the terrain over there. I'm not at all. Might get a fair bit of iron out of it, but the fact that we have the iron spawner doesn't really, you know, matter too much. As you can see, I was doing a little bit of work before I went off and filled in that other area because I wanted to get speaking to you guys about this episode. Oh, and another thing, well, I suppose while I continue to fill in dirt, which isn't very fun to watch, but I gotta do this to prepare for the pathway. Let's do that. And then we've actually marked it out pretty good on this part, and we can probably fill this in at a future point because it doesn't really matter. So I was watching the guide because I did want to actually go into the nether this episode, but I thought, you know what, I've actually wanted to work on the wall for a while as well. And I was looking at the guide, and the guy in the guide, fill this in here, and then show you guys how I do this, really. What I do is I go and place one of each block, like scatter them about. So like we will go, you know, like this, and then I go through and switch blocks and fill it in again. One thing I might actually do though is get rid of this cobblestone and put dirt there. The reason the cobblestone's here, by the way, is because we actually filled in another bit of water there. But yeah, so I watched that video and I like his spawner design and it does seem super efficient, but I honestly think I would prefer to make up my own design. And I was thinking of just going with a Enderman style design, you know, 3 block heights. It might disable spawning spaces, but I feel like it will be a lot more simplified, as well as it might actually work about the same pace because his design actually takes away spawn spaces from the looks of it. And that's what's making me, you know, like, I suppose if I'm going to give it a shot to make it myself, I might as well do it straight away, you know, not like go and make someone else's design and then do it another way. But yeah, I'm going to fill in this pathway, take around out the surrounding here, and then I'm going to take down this wall. One thing I actually want to mention about the pathway, before I continue jibber-jabbering my ass off, is if you look at the blocks here, the reason I have selected this block palette is because it looks as if it goes in this order. So the pathway was meant to be stone, but after people walking on it, it slowly deteriorated to gravel as the lowest form. And I think what I'm going to do is get andesite and gravel and just do some extra little bits that peek out from here. And the reason I would do that is because there'd be people coming in and, you know, like, I feel like they would, maybe I could do dirt, like coarse dirt. I actually haven't dabbled into coarse dirt too much, have we, guys? Because, like, us, you know, you guys have suggested it, and I haven't really used it too much, and I think I would like it, you know, like, do a few on the outer parts here, and then a few more out there, because lots of people coming in from different directions, whereas once you're on the pathway, you stay on the pathway, you know, and I feel like it just damages the pathway, which I think we've got quite a beautiful pathway here, especially when it's going to have the lamps going down it, which still haven't selected a lamp design I like. Alright, let's continue doing this. So I actually wanted to show you guys another little part of my method. So once you've gone and done one, like, random scattering of each block, or as random as you can think of, because obviously you have a bit of a pattern in your head, you know, you're like, alright, now seems like a good time to place stone, or place to place the stone. There we go. Once I do that, I actually go through and fill in all the gaps by doing just a loop. And because the area has got its own slight randomness to it, I really feel like this is what adds a large amount of randomness. Like, just going across like this, and you'll see, like, there is a pattern, but because we've gone and put our own little pattern in there, it actually turns out to look pretty good. And, like, I just fill in from left to right or right to left. I generally don't start in the middle, because I feel like that's what may actually start doing some patterns, but you'll see there I actually just went backwards through the blocks, which I shouldn't have done, because it ruins my mind logic that this isn't going to look as random as possible. But we're actually nearly done, so what I might do is finish it off. Oh, there's a large amount of stone there. Sometimes that's another thing I do, is go through the, like, look how much stone is touching here. I'll go through and, like, pick out some of the areas I'm not too much of a fan of, and you'll see, like, I've clearly either used a lot more. Actually, I know I didn't have full stacks of gravel or andesite, I believe, with this. So we'll see. It's meant to look random, and I think it does the job. So that's good. Let's chop this down, and we'll have a look, see how it looks. And I'm very excited because now we get to knock down the wall. And this is going to be, you know, what people should technically see first if they're entering our kingdom. So I really like the idea of that, as well as just, I'm pumped to be finally doing a bit more on the kingdom design-wise. You know, we've been working on the same builds for a bit now, and it's actually really nice to mix it up. Let's see how this part. I actually like the dirt being around the outside of the pathway occasionally. I think it outlines it that people have walked there. I don't know. I might actually do that coarse dirt thing, but there we go, guys. Now, what I'm going to do is, this seems actually a bit off. See, this one's 5, and this one should have a block here, I think. Yeah, and then this one does have a block there, so that's actually a bit nicer. And what we'll do is dig these and fill these in. Oh, I'm gonna have to go and do that for this whole like, this whole wall's coming down. Actually, we might get a fair bit of supplies from that. So what we'll do is we'll make a crafting bench, and then we'll put the crafting bench. Oh, I thought my fingers weren't on the button, but I think they were. I was just not pushing it properly, maybe. There we go. And basically in this chest we'll chuck all the extra stuff, maybe floor related stuff. And now I'm going to dig these down, and it's going to be great. I think I'm going to cut the wall through about here. It depends if I have, like, the circle keeps, because I like to do the circle keeps, but I don't know how I would do them with this. I think, actually, yeah, I'll give it a shot. We'll play around with, I'm going to play around with layouts. Okay, guys, so I've knocked the walls down, filled in some more random ponds. Wait, what are they? I don't actually know what they're called. And now I'm actually moving this circle thing of land across by 1, but I've actually think I've ruined it. Yeah, see, it seems like it's different now. See, it doesn't go like, it should go 5, 1, 1. Wait, is that 5, 2, 2? Yeah, 5, 2, see, it's not going 2, 2 here. Is this the 5? Wait, what is that? That's 6! Why is it 6 there? And 5 here. 5 here. I don't even know. It's 5 there as well, but it's actually got, I gotta bring this side in by 1. There we go. Alright, I got it, guys. I got it. Because I moved it across by 1, because I figured if we want the little bridgey area to go across, it will actually look nicer. So that should be 5 now. Wonderful. This one should be 2, 2, and then 2, 2, and then, yeah. Alright, that seems to be it. I'm sure if I get, yeah, 5, 2, 2, 5, 2, 2, 5, 2, 2, and 5 right into the middle. Wonderful. And what we're actually going to do is have the pathway come across here. So, or the bridge, drawbridge. Get away! The horses seem to be in the way all the time. Or mules, whatever you want to, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so I'd say we'd have it cross a bit, no, we want it right in the center of this 5 wide area because we want to get the most out of it. And then I think we take it out by 2, and then I think this is where we get the design going. And I feel like, oh, I don't want to copy that design though. I don't want to have the same circle going on there. We could do 5, 2, no, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. I hate doing this with you guys watching. Like, I feel like it's just so annoying to watch. But then again, like, the pattern, like, right now I'm doing it without saying it. That seems way bigger than I would like. I would like a way smaller little thing than that. Maybe I could do a 5 and then 1s. And then the issue with that, I just feel like it looks bad. Yeah, see, but I do want it smaller. I want something, I want the towers to be a bit more elegant. I always make big ass, like, towers, and they don't look as good as I would like, I don't think. So maybe if I did 5, 1, and then 5, which that's 4. Now, even that's bigger than I would like. Maybe we might be able to get away with 3, 1, 3, which is a very basic circle layout, which I don't think I will mind. So let's give that a shot. Take that back on this side. So 3, 1, 3. Obviously, it's not going to be built fully out of stone. I'm just using stone as a base layout. So that looks pretty good. Another thing I was thinking, like, this is just the inner layout. So it doesn't really... We need the walls to be 3, though. That's actually... Yeah, so the base of the wall can be 3. And then we can do, the top of the wall maybe 5 so that they can walk, because I like walls where the people can walk along, and I might even do a roof above it, because I've never really, I always do the super medieval looking walls, which have the, what are they called, where you have this, you guys always tell me it, and it has like little teethies, and that's what I always call it, and then you guys go and tell me the correct name. I always do walls like that. And I think what I'm actually going to do this time is do a wall with a roof above it, because that's something different that I've never done before. But I'm going to plan out the floor pattern for our wall a bit more. So, I had to go get some stone bricks from my chest, and I was thinking, like, what way I could incorporate speed beacons around my whole area, because that is something I would want, speed and maybe regeneration, but I don't want just these, like, bulk amount of beacons everywhere. So I suppose if I had one everywhere with speed, that would be alright, but I could do them in these towers. But here's our little design, which I've been working on. They are 7 blocks long. It does change height, which is one thing I did actually really want, because I feel like it makes them look very dynamic. Once again, going to use that word. So there they are, 7 blocks long, and then there's 2 that go down a bit. Now, I'm going to do the same thing on this side and see whereabouts it lines up, but I feel like what I actually want to do is build them up, like this, you know, just out of stone, and then go and add design to it. And that way it's easier to mess around with designs, but the only issue with that is, that it's hard to explain, like, I'm wasting blocks. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Oh, wow. So last time I got all the way over there, but this time there is not too much area to go. So I'm going to have to see where I go with this, because I don't want it to look tacky. There we go. Next one lines up there perfectly, which is great. There we go. I just basically make sure there's 5 in the middle, and then we go across again. Now, I think what I will do with this is maybe bring the water across. I don't know. It really depends what we do with this. Like, if I go and build that... That's not right. That mountain I was speaking about, I would technically bang into it about now, you know, because the mountain would start off here and just kind of hide this whole area. So I might act like that is my plan, because it seems like the best way to go about it. The only issue with the mountain idea is, let's go and dig this off like this. I don't have very much dirt, but I suppose if I do a bit of, like, work on the mountain, once I run out of dirt, I go to the other area that I'm digging out the ocean. You know, they should technically go hand in hand with supplies, because the ocean's I'm gonna need to take out everything. And then with the mountain, I'm going to have to, it's gonna be hollow, you know? I'm not gonna have a solid mountain. I might, do it double layer just in case an enderman pulls it apart. Or maybe what I could do is a layer of something behind it that you can notice, because then if an enderman pulls it apart, I can go and fix that. But it's just gonna be a hollow mountain. Might have an entrance. Oh, that would be cool. I could have like an epic dwarven entrance and get some more inspiration from Lord of the Rings, you know, or The Hobbit. Alright, so let's get designing this, and I have no clue really where to start. I think we'll go with the gate. And now the gate, I usually like to go back one extra, but I do feel like that... Oh, actually, it might look nice with a bit of, you know, flair to it. The gate, I'd also like to do 3 wide as well, so I should probably bring it across like this. Is the gate area 7? Oh, no, it's 9, so... I was gonna say, like, I thought they were... Like, I was just going with 7 everywhere, and I didn't know how that would look, but... Let's go and fill this in like so. And I actually can break these bottom ones, I don't know why I put them there. And then the gate will go here, like so. Oh, this is gonna look solid as... We'll have the gate like that. Ooh, or should I do the gate? Because, like, with the tower here... I don't want the gate to... See, it's making that look like a bit of a cube. But I feel like depending on height, we should actually be able to make it look a bit nicer. So let's go and do this, I suppose, 5 blocks up. Like so. And then we'll go on the other side and do the same thing. And we'll see about proportions. Because, like I said, I did want this to look a bit more, I suppose, dainty is the correct word. Even though I don't really understand what that means fully. But, yeah, I want it to be... more epic looking and less giant looking, because when you make things big, you can add a lot of extra detail, but I often find myself not adding the extra detail because I'm like, fuck that, you know, like, I don't want to go and do a 70, like, imagine if I had that big ass circle, how much longer it would have taken just to do this part here. So, alright, so there's our little towers on the side. They want to look a bit bigger. They still do look a bit bigger than I'd like, to be honest, but if we go with my portioning how I want it to be, this is the smallest they can be, because I want the gate to be 3 wide, and I want the wall to be 3 wide, so they do have to be at least 3 wide themselves, you know? So, I could maybe try a double wide wall. I just feel like, alright, we could have the gate triple wide, or 3 wide. Triple wide, that makes sense. But we could have this wall maybe like double, you know? The only issue is with using 3 wide when you step across like this. For example, here would be where the other one is. And then for this one, here is where the other one would be. So you get a decent walking space because the rooftop part where you walk along will actually be 3 wide as well. So... it should be 5 wide because it will have overhang that will be something like this, you know, and it will look epic. And then above that we're gonna have the roof, because I really want the roof to get in there, because I feel like it will add a bit of wood to our design, and I like the idea of that. So I suppose it's time to play around with designs. I just punched my mic arm. Okay guys, so we have our little keeps and a archway that we have begun designing, and this is the start, you know, this is where it progresses. So I want to have a block like this on the inside, and then have this on the outside as kind of a, you know, like you'll see in, and then maybe even, yeah, like this. And then that one goes like that, and it will be like a pretty design. The only issue is, if you have diagonals like that, so sharp, it doesn't look very good. I don't mind that. Now, the other thing I was thinking is, these look bulky, but if we do the designs the same size as this and only take a few extra, like, we, for example, do this and have this on the inside, and then maybe let's go and get something else just so I can show you some more design ideas. Yep, need all of this, yep, definitely, wonderful. Alright, so let's say we do that, and then in this gap, maybe we put wood, like so, you know, that would look good. And then just as a little teeny extra, maybe something like this with a torch on top. Oh, I knew that wasn't gonna, I jumped and I was confident, and then I knew it wouldn't work, and like so. And then let's say we had maybe a log here at the top just because we needed a support log or something. Oh, that actually, oddly, I liked that, but I meant like that, and then it had a button on it, which I always seem to make stacks of buttons. You know, that's what I mean. So this is the middle layer, and that way the back layer and the middle layer can be our main ones, and then the front layer can be our little teeny extra one that adds a few extra little things. But let's go up to the top and continue our little archway, because this is where we're actually going to have a walkway that goes across, which is oh, actually you should probably go backwards through this. So there will be a walkway across here, which I'm quite excited to do. The only issue is, do I want the walkway to be 1 wide and have a really nice slim look to it? Like, I definitely think it will make the keeps look a bit more epic. Or do I have it 3 wide and then go and take a little bit of, you know, like, epicness off the keeps by, let's say, doing, how do we do it? Something like this. Like that. And then we bring this one up a bit more. And then it connects on, basically, to the keeps. And it's having it look small adds a bit more depth to the keep, I think, which looks really nice. If the walkway is at this height, technically we would go and raise the keep by 2 more, which it probably will be at this height. That's what this marking is for, like so. And then we would continue going around like this, like so. And then we'll go and do this on the other side, and we'll have a look, see how that looks. And then I think we're gonna end this episode off, because I would actually like to just have a solid time to play around with designs and really look at some suggestions from you guys. So please get suggesting in the comments, because I'd love to see what you guys think of the keep. Should I keep it slim? Should it change thickness? Should it, you know, like, there's so many different things. Yeah, see, that's this is very minimalistic. Like, let's go and add a few extra little details just so you can get what my idea is. So we would definitely have the bridge thing that could come down, which, shit. Well, actually, let's go and do that in the middle so we can get all of it. There we go. And we just go across like this and jump there. And then we do something like that. Get in the corner. There we go. And then it would have a bit of an arch to it, so I think it would go like that, 2, and then in the middle there would be 3, then there, and then there, and then there. And I think that's roughly how we'd have that look. Maybe have some side parts come down like that, just to make it look a bit nicer. And then another thing I was thinking was I could use slabs as this part here, or even on the top part. It's so hard to build. I might actually go and get some, like, more dirt, or maybe go on a bit of a mining adventure and get some building blocks so that I have a bit more design elements. But something like this, where the cobblestone is less visual, and it would just make it look like a little bit of a design feature. And the other thing I could use is stairs to make, like, obviously this block here looks really, it doesn't look very good because Minecraft has so many little extra play-aroundable features. You know, you could do things like that. What else is there? We could have like a pattern in the wall here, so something like that, and then behind it we have maybe stone like that. You know, I'm just giving you guys ideas so you guys can think from there, and you guys can give me ideas. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment, as it's always greatly appreciated. If you're new, feel free to subscribe, and if you ever want to be super duper lovely, feel free to send it to a friend that maybe doesn't know my channel, or maybe just favorite the video and maybe one of your friends, or tweet, you know, blah blah blah. Anyway, have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.